A very good morning to you all, ladies and gentlemen. I am Thijs Bink from the Roboteam Twente. As we're watching the lower semi-finals of a game that is about to commence between ZJUNlict as well as Immortals. We start in roughly 10 minutes as the teams are now setting up, and we intend to cover it all for you. The game will likely be played without walls, as I do see that now on the field the organizer committee is taking out the walls. But if anything changes, we'll be sure to let you know. And for now, we like to wish you a great stream. Yes, now we should have audio um, in this in this precise frame. As we wait actually for the game to load up, I still have to click on quite a few buttons, as I'm totally not ready for the stream to start, but we're almost ready for the game between ZJUNlict and Immortals.
Did you make like a fencer thingy around our faces?
Did make a fancy thing around our faces.
Oh, that's so cute.
That is very nice, right?
I like it a lot. Yes.
Thank you.
Well done, man.
I hope the audience at home can also appreciate the extra quality that is added to the stream. As I'm also happy to report that I'm trying to also add a far field camera near the goal of Immortals in this case. As we already start, I should be switching to the broad camera perspective, which appears to be frozen. So we will check the corner perspective, which also appears to be frozen. Basically, everything appears to be frozen as we started the game from the side of ZJUNlict. As I will try my hardest to refresh all the cameras. As I'm getting no signals. Across the board. There, I do have a new image. As I will resolve some technical issues, we noticed that the game is halted as Immortals has kicked the ball to the side of the field. As it turns out that ZJUNlict might have scored a goal, and it has been confirmed by the referee that ZJUNlict in fact has scored a goal, as we saw some great cheers here on the right side of the field, and we might have recorded the replay for you, which we'll show a bit later as the game continues with the broad perspective. As the referee seems to be a bit confused, there was a chip from the center line from Immortals to the goal, as the keeper stopped that with great ease, but the other referee thinks that there might have been scored a goal, which is quite a strange event, to be honest. As we do know here that there's a bug crawling across the field, you can see it on the bottom right of the screen as it's crawling towards the ball. And the brave robot handler from ZJUNlict is going to grab it, or try and attempt to grab it, as the bug is fighting for its life. And I'm just getting a little bit of coffee. And the camera is over there if you want to show
I think
it.
the camera is as
Near
far
the goal.
away as
There,
possible.
Yes. We definitely can see the bug that was crawling over the field here.
Oh my god.
As the game is halted. And my co-host is definitely not liking this.
Oh my god, he threw it on the ground. Oh my god, it's definitely coming this way.
And it's definitely coming this way. We're fearing here for our life, but we still managed to cover the game for you, as this is what we do. It's great commentary.
slightly to your right from Silas Hoovers. Silas, thank you for paying attention. We really appreciate it. I'm not really sure what camera he's talking about. Do you have any clue, Thijs?
I am not completely sure either, as I'm still trying to resolve some technical issues with my other cameras. But afterwards, if we know which camera to move, we'll be sure to move it. As I am indeed also trying to load the scoreboard. It is now 0-1 with 4 minutes and 60 seconds remaining in the first half. Ja, excellent.
Ik,
Oh. We see that the side from ZJUNlict has requested a timeout as there's still 4 minutes and 10 seconds to this timeout of time remaining. We're 2 minutes into the first half and 3 minutes of time remaining with a 0-1 score between Immortals and ZJUNlict.
So at the moment the game is running again after Immortals collected multiple files, giving them 2 yellow cards, meaning you can only have 9 players on the field for 2 minutes. Oh, and the ball is kicked out on the sideline. Immortals is... People from Immortals look a little bit frustrated, like, why is this happening, what's going on? But they do have ball placement. And with their adorable kissing method, they try to place the ball, but the ball is stuck against the wall. So now ZJUNlict can give it a go. At the moment the game is halted. I'm not too sure why. Immortals failed ball. Oh, I think I do know why. Immortals failed ball placement with 0 meters remaining. There was a fly on my nose, but I think it's gone now. So it actually should have been a successful ball placement. We see the robot handler of Immortals talking to the referee, who's kind of shrugging. Unfortunately, they will stay with that. The ball placement was unsuccessful, and ZJUNlict can try to place the ball. And they do successfully. They chip the ball into the field, which is now on Immortal's side, where there's a big wall of ZJUNlict was present. And now it's time for another ball placement by the cute robots of Immortals.
As I'm happy to report that I've managed to gain another viewing angle for the side of the far side of the goal or the right side of the goal, as we see that Immortals is using once more the kissing method to do a pick and play or to place the ball, not a pick and place. That is something totally different, as the game is currently halted for a robot substitution by ZJUNlict, who is pointing at one of his robots but isn't actually taking it out of the field. There's some discussion going on with the referee, as now the robot handler from ZJUNlict is actually going to get the robot and takes it out of the field quite slowly, but it doesn't matter because time is halted anyways, and it will only progress once the game continues. As we're back in the corner with a power play between Immortals and ZJUNlict, meaning that Immortals has one more robot than ZJUNlict in the field for a fixed amount of time, as Immortals is now going towards the goal of ZJUNlict, where the ball is deflected and it goes over the sideline.
So Thijs, I have a question. Maybe do you know? As soon as the team is awarded a yellow card and have to take a robot out of the field, do they have to do a robot substitution themselves, or is there an opportunity for them to take the robot out of the field? Or, well, now I'm thinking about it, I know that Tigers has this cool thing where the robot drives up to the side of the field all by himself. Maybe all teams should program that? What do you think?
I honestly thought at the beginning of this year that this would be a regulation that would be enforced by the competition, meaning that when a team gets awarded a yellow card, the robot must drive to the side of the field like the ones from Tigers already do. However, this turns out not to be a rule, though I do think that it should be something that is rarely easy to implement. The game controllers and the referees are, of course, also communicating with the AIs of both teams, so it shouldn't be a surprise to a team when it's awarded a yellow card, and it therefore can definitely drive to the center, if you ask me.
I think I agree with you, actually.
It's great to see that we're on one line as we
See that the ZJUNlict robots are not on one line, but in this awesome Z-shaped, although they're missing 2 robots to fully complete it.
That is a shame, as we have switched our view to the commentator desk to quickly introduce us one more time. We have Amy Gansbo, my lovely host and team manager of Roboteam Twente, as well as yours truly, Thijs Bink, external affairs and, well, actually only external affairs of Roboteam Twente and perfect live stream host. I hope you all can agree with me. As we go. That view doesn't have any sound yet. Let me please fix that for you once we have a look at the formation, a beautiful formation, which currently looks just like a triangle with a dot. How do you feel about the current formation of ZJUNlict, Amy?
I think it's pretty cool.
Okay.
I think it's pretty cool. I'm really trying to select what this exactly could be, apart from a triangle with a dot. So it could also be a 7 with a dot. Maybe it's not even like a full complete triangle. I think we're also missing 2 robots for that.
I think it might be a 7 with a dot, as this is ZJUNlict's way of saying that they are going to beat Immortals with at least a score of 7. I still have to see this, as it's only 0-1 with 1 minute and 30 seconds remaining on the first half of the game. And both teams looking quite well matched for each other, as we move to the corner flag of the goal from Immortals, and there's a shot by ZJUNlict on the goal. As we move into the far field corner.
But is it really like kissing? This is more like smooching.
The stream, and as the ball is actually no longer near the goal of Immortals, but it's near the goal of ZJUNlict as it crosses the sideline to your right. as we now transition to all the available views, it might get a little bit confusing where the ball is actually. It's right in front of the Immortals goal, as there was a shot on goal by ZJUNlict, which got deflected, and now the ball is over the sideline as ZJUNlict has called for a robot substitution. Though I must say that the robot handler himself is looking a little bit confused as what is just happening and why there needs to be a robot substitution, even though this is only possible by pressing on the button yourself, or
I think the case is that ZJUNlict's only allowed to have 8 robots in the field, but at the moment they have 9. So maybe they just requested a robot substitution just to get a little bit of a break, a breather to talk to the referee.
No, I think I tricked you, Amy, into thinking that this was a mistake. Well, it is been clear that ZJUNlict has been awarded a red card, meaning that they have to take one more robot out of the field.
Oh god, yes.
Oh god.
So now they can only play with 10 for the rest of the match.
Yes, whilst currently, because they have also been receiving some yellow cards, they have 8 robots allowed to be on the field, as we see a robot handler from ZJUNlict trying to figure out which of their robots might be most suitable to be taken out. I don't know if there are any differences between the robots, as one is taken out.
I do like that he does it with gloves though. It looks very professional.
It looks very professional indeed, I agree.
But it also like gives me the fear that maybe there's something going on with robots, why he needs to wear gloves, because otherwise he might like bleed out of his hands because he gets hurt. I really hope that's not the case though.
So we see
Well, there's quite some action going on in front of the goal on Immortals side. But luckily it is chipped away all the way to the side of ZJUNlict. But with their incredible dribbler, they try to pass it all over the field. Oh, and the ball is just passing over the sideline. Oh, the goal line at the back. Leaving for a robot substitution for ZJUNlict. Well, in the meantime, our vision expert is actually dropping by real quick.
Yeah, real quick, because I need to get back to the vision
Oh, yes.
to do the experting.
any thoughts on this game?
So far?
Quick thoughts?
Yes, very, very exciting. I saw some ball placement issues with ZJUNlict. I did not expect that, but they seem to have improved themselves.
They've also been awarded some red cards and a yellow card. Do you think that's justified?
I don't know. I was
Okay.
getting coffee. But I think, yes, I have complete trust in the referees.
Okay, great. Thank you very much. Yeah. As there's once more a beautiful defense by the keeper from Immortals, who seems to be under heavy fire by the offense from ZJUNlict, as the ball is shot away and it's back at the side of ZJUNlict, which is now under fire of the Immortals attackers, as it is a fierce battle for the ball and a strong defense from ZJUNlict as they kick the ball away, and we move again to the side of Immortals. This is a game of back and forth, a game of inches, and it's very tense as we aim to report it all for you. As we now interrupt the stream, as I just look to my left and see that it's actually halftime, meaning that there's 5 minutes for both teams to make quick changes, quick adjustments to whatever they want to change on their robots, as we will perhaps take a quick break to have a look at our camera feeds, have a look at our microphones, and to make sure that everything is all right and set up in order. Perhaps we can find some interesting facts for you in the meantime, but we'll have a look at it and get back to you as we know some more. 4.5 minutes of halftime remaining and before we continue to the second half. As we have 20 more seconds in halftime remaining, it might be a nice idea to have a quick look at the replay of the goal that was being scored just now. So let's transition and see if we can actually get some nice insights from you guys. As we see that the ball is currently around the mid-sized field, there is a player from ZJUNlict on the ball, and it's not really defended really aggressively by the side of the Immortals, as the ball now moves along the side, and there is actually room for ball placement, or there was ball placement, that's why there was no defense, and there's a chip to the free player of ZJUNlict, which was a very nice chip at a clear shot and goal, which of course led to that 1-0 goal that we see now. As halftime is over and we look to continue the game, we will be sure to report anything that we see, anything that we know, anything that we observe to you once some more information from you.
Yeah, and I actually have an observation. Someone asked something in the live chat. It's Amara asking, will you stream friendly match of Tigers versus Kicks? So Thijs, will we stream that match?
If that friendly match is taking place on Field A, then I will most definitely enjoy streaming that for you guys. As we see that there's something falling off from the side of Kicks. Kicks, no. ZJUNlict.
It's a very big part.
It seems to be somewhat solenoid part.
I think it has to do with the kicker or the chipping mechanism. And now they are checking.
Which robot has actually lost this part?
It looked like it was robot number 4, if I saw that correctly. But
we believe it's 4.
And we're holding up our fingers. Do we think it's 4?
We're holding up our fingers to the...
Is it 4? Robot 4? The robot handler?
Yeah?
I think so.
Oh.
Oh. Okay,
Huh?
it was not robot number 4. The robot handler proved us wrong. But I think he found the robot. It was the one standing in front of number 4.
As Amy, I do believe that... I see that the friendly match will take place on the Division A field. Then we'll definitely make sure that it's live streamed for you guys. As Amy, I do believe that losing parts on the robot is actually a punishable offense, is it not?
Is it a punch? Yes, it is indeed a punishable offense. You cannot lose any parts on the field since it is dangerous for the other robots. And it might interfere with the game. And it also could damage the field, actually, now that I think about it. Depending on what part you lose, of course.
As there is a strong fight for the ball, and the Immortals robots are getting close, and actually there's a shot on goal, which just passes the sideline. As we're now getting ready for ball placement by Immortals. Once more, I cannot keep stressing this enough. You see the beautiful ball placement by the side of Immortals using the kissing method. But as we asked, as we want to know from you guys, do you think it's a kissing method? Do you think it's just smooching? Or do you think that it's something else? Please let us know, audience in the chat. What do you think that this method, this very unique method that is thought of by Immortals looks like? As we now transition to the field or the goal of ZJUNlict, as the ball was chipped over and almost ready for a shot on goal. As we see that the ball is now moving to the side of Immortals, as ZJUNlict attacker has the ball on the left side of the field, as there's a brave defense from the side of Immortals, as there is a shot on goal and it's potentially went in, as I will try and capture this so we can see what happened in slow motion afterwards. Never mind, scrap this, as I do believe that the other referee has decided that the ball has exceeded the max height of 0.15 centimeters, I will assume for now. As you cannot be allowed to score the goal whilst chipping. However, I do not really think that the ball went up in the air. So I believe that the referees are now currently looking into this, as we will look into the replay to see whether we can actually decide whether this ball was up in the air or not. Whilst we see that the replay, the ball moves into the right side of the field. As you can see, as the ball is now brought in front of you, it's actually really brought back to the center of the field, where it's once more going into the corner. As there's this is exactly where the goal is scored, and I do actually believe that the ball went up in the air. Maybe I can also make some contact with the vision expert, as I do now see that the referees have decided that this goal was valid, even though I strongly disagree, and the ball definitely went up in the air. Perhaps the vision expert can have a look at this once more, even though I don't think he will not be allowed to contest anymore.
Okay, we're getting some really confused looks from our vision expert. I don't think he agrees with what Thijs is saying, although I didn't really pay attention. I apologize for that, since I was looking at the latest ETDP of ZJUNlict to see what kind of tricks they have up their sleeves. And they actually describe something quite interesting. I'm not really sure if I understand it well, but I'm gonna try my best. If anyone from ZJUNlict is watching this, listening this, please correct me if I'm wrong, which you will probably do, some might definitely be incorrect. So in their ETDP, they're talking about a breakthrough with self-pass. They talk about how challenging it can be to dribble a ball over a field, and you're only allowed to dribble for 1 meter, of course. It looks like they have been trying to use this new tactic, where they actually kind of kick the ball, but whilst kicking, they drive after it. So they're kind of still dribbling with the ball, even though it was a kick. I hope I got that right. I'm not sure if they're really using that during this RoboCup already, but the dribbling seems to go pretty well for them. So if it is due to this, it's quite innovative and quite impressive that they came up with this. And that is actually working out. Well done, ZJUNlict.
I would definitely be interested in knowing, perhaps from some old ZJUNlict members from the audience, maybe whether this is in fact a thing, and whether they're already using it, or maybe you have already been able to observe it, as I've added the commentator view in the top right section of your screen, as images are getting even more clearer and more richer by the minute. As you now do see that we're also here. We will not always be here, but then you know who is actually talking into this beautiful microphone.
Okay, so in the meantime, the confused faces from the vision expert, we saw that, right? He was indeed confused, as he is texting us, the live streamers, to actually let them know what was going on. The author thought it was a chip, but I think we could clearly see that it was a kick, right?
Well, actually, as a matter of fact, I have the replay for you guys, and I would love to let you, the audience, and also you, the vision experts, in on this replay. I have already showed it, and because of this replay, I do actually think that the ball went up in the air whilst it was being shot on goal. We're now watching the replay live, as I will pause the exact moment in time where I think that the ball can clearly be seen going up, and into the goal.
So now there's a discussion over the second goal.
So as you can see, perhaps in your screen right now, we see that the ball is not making contact with the surface anymore. As I will try and do a double click in order to make it progress. If you could see it there, let's scrub a little bit back. So the ball is coming here. It's still in the now you see that there's actually, okay. I think, I don't know what you think, Amy, when looking at maybe your side of the screen. What do you think here that is happening?
I think it looks really cool. It does look like a chip. However, there's a new discussion going on. I think they settled on the chipping kicking problem, and now Immortals is saying that they were either chipping kicking the ball too fast, but the auto ref didn't mention that. So I'm not really sure how we are going to battle this.
We're playing in slow motion now, as I think that it should not be a goal. But this is, of course, my personal opinion, and I'm not completely in touch with all of the rules. So definitely do not take my opinion for granted, as I'd just like to share what I'm seeing with you guys, as we're here about honesty and about transparency, and all the things that we see are of course for your eyes to see as well.
So you do think it is not a valid goal, and why is that? Because of the speed, even though the odds ref did not say that?
I think it's either too fast or too high, but I just don't think it's a goal.
You're just really fan of Immortals, aren't
No,
you?
no, no. This. Even though Immortals is my fan favorite, I just do not think that it's a goal.
But you actually kind of are allowed to chip to score goal. However, you cannot chip over 15 centimeters. And I think we said under that, since the robot has a height of 15 centimeters, I don't think the ball went like above a robot.
I might be completely mistaken, but I thought that during the goal we saw a notification from the other referee that the ball was also going too high.
Okay,
That's-
might be true. I might have missed that.
That's why I was confused that the goal was actually approved. Even though, of course, if it is approved, it was a very beautiful goal. Perhaps Immortals had to have had a better defense in order to prevent this whole entire situation entirely. So I'm not saying it is an undeserving goal. I'm just saying that I think that there might be more going on to this goal, as we do see a discussion happening on the far side of your screen.
But not just on the far side, you can also hear on this table there's not really a discussion, but some opinions going on, I would say. As we see in our chat that someone is not really agreeing with what you're saying, Thijs.
I do see, as that after the last stitch of the teams of robots is what the rule says.
So we have a listener, a viewer, who is paying close attention, who is mentioning one of the rules in the SSL rule, saying the height of the ball did not exceed 0.15 meters after the last touch of the team's robot, is what the rules say. How do you feel about this, Thijs?
How do I feel about it? Yeah, that is a good question. How do I feel about it? I mean, maybe in hindsight, it might have been a goal. I'm just as confused as I think the referees are now at the moment. I don't even know what's the discussion about anymore, as even the outer referee doesn't know anymore, because number 5 on the outer referee says unknown game event.
Ooh, that's quite thrilling. I've never seen that before. I do hear that other referees, together with robot handlers, decided to pay a more close attention on the speed of the ball. But now I get some interesting facts from our vision experts saying that normally during a game, when the ball is going too fast, it should have been noticed by both referees. So only then we will get notification of that the ball is going too fast. But now it's only one saying that the ball is going too fast.
That is indeed some interesting juice coming from the vision experts, as he has a very clear insight on what the other referees are deciding, and we only see the results of that, of course. Now we're here to provide you with the full story, as Amy knows more.
Yes, so the other refs, together with the vision expert, the game control operator, and the robot handlers, decided to, for the speed of the ball, to turn off one auto ref for that. Well, only if one auto ref says it, then it's already enough to actually say that the ball is going too fast. Because ZJUNlict is kicking too high and too fast. Oh my god, they're just like too good for the auto refs. That's a whole twist in this game. But only the auto ref of Tigers can actually detect their kicks and chips and their speed when it's going too fast. So I think they're only going to use that one now, and not the one from our force when it comes down to ball speed.
Currently, we may observe the ZJUNlict robot going for a ball placement in the far right corner of the field, as there might now be another chip between a player in front of the goal as the ball shoots across the field, but there's no one there to receive it.
So while our mic was turned off, Thijs was actually getting thrilled about his own live stream, saying that the views and the actions are really, really juicy.
And I hope the audience at home can really agree with my viewing point here with the juicy replays. Even though my rules might not be on point, my visuals surely are, as there is potential another goal being scored by ZJUNlict, which I hope I've captured for you guys here.
But the goal is already decided that it's invalid since ZJUNlict had too many robots on the field. They had 9, but only 8 were allowed.
That is interesting. Does that mean that?
Yeah, like it keeps me wondering, like how many times, how long have they already had too many robots on the field?
And I do think that this is sort of the time for the competition to move on to the place where robots will move themselves out of the field in order to prevent these kind of situations from happening, as this game really has it all.
Yeah, but now there is a discussion going on with the referee, but I don't think this is about the amount of robots. This is about the ball speed again. I see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 people gathered around the game control operator screen to see what button they will press. Like, was the ball indeed too fast or not? What did the other refs say?
As we kindly and pleasingly look to our vision expert to provide us with the latest updates on the state of the game, we hope to be able to provide you more information on this in-depth discussion that's going on. As we see the robot handler from ZJUNlict pointing out facts on the screen, actually looking closer at the screen with the one from Immortals standing closely behind, as there are a few more OC members that are actually
So as I think we're already quite certain what the Tigers other refs say, we're now waiting to see what the R Force other refs say. Was the ball indeed kicked too fast? Wow, what a twist. Well, not really a twist, but the R Force other refs also says that the ball is kicked too fast. Which of course leads to the goal being invalid. It's why still 0-2 with 3 minutes left in the second half in the game of Immortals versus ZJUNlict. Okay, but my vision expert tells me there's another issue popping up. I hope he can provide me with more details soon. While the assistant referee is going back to the other side of the field, the ZJUNlict robot handler is going back to his team to give them the latest updates. Immortals robot handler is still standing at the game control operator. I'm not really sure what's going on here. Oh, okay, so with the latest change to the game where only one auto ref needs to say that the ball was kicked too fast, but now there are 2 saying that the ball was kicked too fast. They are both saying that there should be a foul, leading to 2 fouls, which is of course not fair. So now we're going to see what they do. Like, are they going to delete a foul? Are they going to enable the other auto ref again? We don't know what's going on. Oh no, okay, we do know what's going on. Thank you very much, Vision Expert. Thank you for providing us with all the latest updates. While I see Immortals robots getting ready in front of the ball. They deleted the foul, and I think they will continue to play with only one auto ref when it comes down to ball speed. And now I guess they just have to delete the fouls manually as soon as both auto refs say that the ball was kicked too fast. Too bad for ZJUNlict, because it was a very, very nice goal, and it would have been nice for them to have it to be valid. Unfortunately, it was kicked too fast. Maybe they can do some tweaking in their code. I wonder, oh, they already asked for a timeout. Look at that. ZJUNlict asked for a timeout. They still have a little over 2 minutes left, and a little bit over 3 minutes left in the second half. Let's see if they can tweak it and if they can slow down their kicking. Okay, with these two auto refs, with only one having to decide on if the ball is being kicked too fast, this does lead to some other issues because now if both auto refs say that the ball is kicked too fast, they will both provide a foul. However, one auto ref is a little bit faster than the other one, so the fouls are not coming in like right after each other, meaning that sometimes it can be hard to detect when the foul is coming in and when which one should be deleted. This is not making it very easy for the referees, the game control operator. I think the vision expert is doing quite fine. If only there was an auto ref that was able to also detect these high speeds, and then we would have a third one actually, meaning we would have a majority vote. I do believe RoboCup is working on an auto ref. I think we actually have one already who's able to detect most files already. It's too bad it's not participating in this match. Maybe it would have made things easier.
I have heard, however, that there was an attempt to include the RoboTeam Twente auto referee into the current, well, group of auto referees. However, right at the first decision when it was implemented, it had a very conflicting decision towards the other referees, I do believe, which is why they have decided to disable the referee for now, as RoboTeam Twente is definitely working to improve that referee for future tournaments. As I do believe that ZJUNlict might have scored another goal, a third one, even though I wasn't really paying attention and forgot to press the right buttons for you to see. As I also noticed that the camera that is currently installed at the field of Immortals has a bit of an off angle, which you'll be looking to resolve after the game. No, actually, as a matter of fact, it is perfectly centered. It's just a little bit on the high side. Meaning that you are actually watching the goal from Immortals at the moment as they chip the ball, and the keeper from ZJUNlict is chipping the ball back as we go back to the goal side of Immortals, as the keeper is once more chipping the ball back as the ball now enters or leaves the left side of the field. Amy, I do notice that some of the robots from ZJUNlict, maybe we can get a better view on this, have their dribbler cables hanging out of the robot. As you can see right now, they are within bounds, I do believe, still, but it is looking a bit scary if you ask me, especially with their high power that they can exert with the dribbler.
Yeah, I agree. It definitely looks like their cable is a little bit hanging out on the front side. It is within limits. It is within the 18 centimeters diameter range, so that is okay. I do hope it doesn't cause any problems for them. Since maybe if they crash to another robot, things might get damaged. Which of course not something we want because we're working on these robots for a whole year, of course, and we all want to do our best here and leave with assembled robots.
As I was again just a tad bit late on the switch, I do believe that we might have missed another goal scored by ZJUNlict, as the attacker from your far side of the view shot the ball in a straight line just behind the goalkeeper of the Immortals team. As it's now 0-4 with 2 minutes of playtime remaining. As I do see that my Immortals, that Immortals is calling for a time out.
I wonder what they can do. Just curious, Thijs, after this goal was scored, did you hear a robot beeping, or was it just me?
If my recollection is correct, I did hear some beeps and boops somewhere across the field. What do you think it might mean, Amy?
It can mean multiple things. In the beginning, I thought that it might have been that they scored a goal, since Tigers also has their lovely tunes. However, I'm now starting to think it might be a battery running low, as I get a little bit distracted about the massage train that's going on the Air Force side. Thijs, can we get a better view on that?
Let me see if we can get a better view on that. Indeed, as I will try and get this camera, and if we look over there, we do see the Air Force massage train.
This is quite a stressful game, and I cannot see who is getting a massage here in the front, but he's definitely the lucky one. He can sit down, doesn't need to do anything, he can just enjoy the massage going on behind him. Oh, I think the massage train is over as we are going back to the game with, oh, there's still a timeout going on for Immortals with 2 minutes left.
Of course, ER Force being a team that is usually really strong. However, this year they have brought a completely renewed set of robots that have experienced some communicational issues with the new generation. They had a moment where they were playing with 2 generations of robots at the same time, but even that didn't really matter, as they have been eliminated in the previous round by Immortals, actually.
Yeah. I'm actually wondering, so we have the RoboCup where of course you can win the competition, but next to that you can also win the open source award, the excellent awards, and I might think that we need an award for sporting behavior, as right now I'm hearing that Immortals actually ran out of timeouts. However, ZJUNlict said, like, you know what, you can get an extra timeout, we are okay with that. So that's actually the timeout that we're looking at right now on Immortals side. Thank you very much, ZJUNlict. Do you know the movie Miss Congeniality?
Sorry?
Have you seen the movie Miss Congeniality?
I haven't
Sandra
seen.
Bullock?
No, I haven't, unfortunately.
Man, you're missing out because they are Miss Congeniality for sure.
That does sound like something very positive, and I do really agree. As indeed, I think we should commemorate ZJUNlict as a team for awarding that additional timeout to the team of Immortals. Of course, they are 0-4 at this point in time, so maybe ZJUNlict isn't feeling that they should fear anything. As I do am curious what Immortals can bring about in this timeout. As I do think it's overall a very interesting game with a lot of good plays that we see from both sides. But indeed, a great sportsmanship-like behavior from the team of ZJUNlict, as I'm very pleased to see this.
So Thijs, I'm actually wondering, what if ZJUNlict actually wins this game? What happens to Immortals? Do they have another game to play?
This is, of course, a great question. As you're currently watching the lower bracket semifinals, the teams here are competing for the 3rd place, as well as the possibility to move on to the finals. Meaning that whichever team will win here with 2 minutes of game time remaining will actually be the team that progresses to the upper bracket finals or the actual grand finals, and will be playing against Tigers later here today. However, the team that will therefore be eliminated in this round, will then, of course, achieve 3rd place at the RoboCup here in 2023 in Bordeaux. As this is, of course, an incredible achievement. And I also managed to talk to the robot handler from Immortals yesterday, as we were discussing their chances and their outlook on the game that is happening at the moment. He mentioned that he was very much looking forward to it, and that they were going to really try and give it their best shot, even though they also realized that ZJUNlict is looking very good and also has a very strong team and has been performing very well in this tournament in general. So he would also be very happy about the fact that they have come so far and that they have shown great things in general. And I'm really pleased to see that also this team is really motivated. They have a really good outlook on what it means to innovate, what it means to inspire, which is also why they're my personal fan favorites, even though ZJUNlict is, of course, a very great team as well. as the audience is making a remark about the word commemorate, I do want to quickly interject as we have a game halt with a 0-5 actually, as there is another goal that was being scored by the side of ZJUNlict versus Immortals, as we didn't really have the right camera image. But if I look up the meaning of the word commemorate, or to commemorate, we know that the first definition is to recall and show respect for someone or something. And I actually do have respect, or want to recall, the fact that ZJUNlict is showing real sportsmanship-like behavior here. So I do think that the word isn't necessarily misplaced, even though perhaps this discussion also doesn't really matter for the commentary or for the game that's about to take place, as we see another shot that just passes the goal of Immortals. I cannot help but notice that there already for the lower bracket semi-finals a lot of supporters have well, actually gathered around the field and are showing their support for both teams, as we are looking for a great match and see the beautiful kissing method once more from the side of Immortals, as you now see it happening just at the left side of your screen, as we wait for Immortals to chip the ball, as the chip is definitely happening, and it's right in the arms of ZJUNlict, who does a really even bigger chip as we move once more in the corner field, and the ball just passes the goal to your right.
So there's one more thing about this kissing method. I think I actually already asked you this before, but I think your mics were turned off then. Do you think it really is a kissing method, or is it more like a smooching method?
So, as for the past editions of the tournament, or past edition of the games, I've referred to it as the kissing method, which is also what other people here refer to it. But as I come to think about it, the question that you ask is very justified here, as I do believe these robots are just more hugging it out. I think that is how I see it. I would love to also hear from the audience how you feel. Amy, how do you feel about it?
I think it might not be kissing sisters. Well, maybe it's more like the coconut method. Do you know the game where if like two people and they have a coconut in between them and they need to get the coconut all the way up to their mouth where they're both actually kissing it? So maybe it's the coconut kissing method. But I do think that the word smooching is just really, really cute. So I'm really curious to see what the audience thinks. Is it kissing, smooching, hugging it out, coconut method, or something else that we haven't mentioned yet? Please cast your votes.
As we now see that ZJUNlict is once more preparing for a corner kick. No, it's actually Immortals that is taking the ball. Is that allowed? That is allowed. As there's a fight for the ball just in front of the goal of Immortals, as there's a brave defending, but there's a shot from ZJUNlict that actually goes into the goal.
It was okay. So there was a kick on goal, and I think it hit the keeper, and the keeper deflected it into the goal. We are now waiting to see if it was a valid goal, and it is indeed a valid goal. It is 0-6 for Immortals to ZJUNlict. ZJUNlict, well done.
as
point of the lead with only 18 seconds left.
I have definitely captured that replay that we would like to show you at the end of the game, given that there's 18 more seconds, as I do think that one of the votes from the audience goes to the staring contest between two robots. And I do think that is a very nice addition to the options that we currently have, even though I would say that the staring contest is maybe between two different robots from either team. Even though I do like it, and I will count that vote.
I do think staring contact is a good one indeed. However, then I'm a bit confused about why they are moving. But you could also say that for the coconut kissing and smooching method. So let's add staring contest to the possible answers.
Yes. I do believe that at the moment YouTube does not have an option for live polling, and we could have really made a very worthy addition here to the stream, to the quality of the stream, as we see that now we're moving to the mid side of the field with no more seconds to play, and as the ball goes out of the field, I do believe that it is the game, and Immortals is now defeated by ZJUNlict with an impressive 0-6 victory, as there's a well-deserved applause for both teams here. Well, here.
Yeah, definitely well done to both teams. It was a very thrilling and exciting match. I think it is fair that ZJUNlict won. They just had the upper hand in this. More shots on goal. Great work for both teams. I feel really bad for Immortals, but they've done a great job. And yeah, let's see this photo take place.
Incredible. And indeed, while both teams are getting ready for the photo or the potential photo, I would quickly like to go to the replay of the last goal, as we'll now enter the replay. We see that the ball is being placed, so that was what my confusion was about. And then you'll see one of the Immortals robots that's going to take the ball, but it will not quite take the ball. As we move on, with 1 second, let me pause that replay, because I have still put the replay in half the speed, as I don't think that is really something worth watching. I will put it back to the regular speed, as we will now continue the replay, or restart it actually, as the teams are still getting ready for the photo. We see here that Immortals is ready to take the ball. The game is running. Stuff is happening. As now the Immortals is taking the ball. And there comes ZJUNlict. As we see that the ball is a bit iffy. And now gets right in front of the goal, where there is a defense and a block. And there's a shot. And it gets deflected into the goal. Very strange goal, but very well deserved indeed.
So now, as we see the teams stacking up the robots or positioning them for the photo, I can't help but notice that Immortals only has 4 robots here for the photo. I'm sure they played with more than that, right? Or am I not seeing that correctly?
I do think that the last count by the status board actually mentioned that Immortals has 8 robots. Perhaps they're saving a few for potential practice matches that they're going to do afterwards. Perhaps they're just adhering to the final card count that they have.
Well, Thijs, actually, the 8 that you see on the screen next to the nice image of the robot actually means how many robots there are maximally allowed for them. So it's not the amount of robots they actually have on the field at that moment of time. So they have 1 red card and 2 active yellow cards. Is 11 minus 3 quick maths is 8.
No sauce, just ketchup.
Raw sauce, right?
Raw sauce. As
No
we
ketchup, just sauce, I think.
No ketchup, just sauce. As we are still looking at the beautiful tradition here that happens after every game, where both teams are taking a picture, as is customary here. Teams will go on the field, hug it out like the kissing method, or
Staring
contest from the Immortals robots, as we of course have covered in-depth interviews. As an apprentice from the Delft Smaller Size League team, or the up-and-coming Delft Smaller Size League team, is taking the photo with a multitude of cameras, kneeling on the field. He has taken his shoes off, so that's of course good to see that he's learning very fast. As I might be interested in getting ZJUNlict for a possible post-game interview here, in order to discuss what their chances might be and how they will prepare for the game against Tigers later this afternoon.
do you think it would be possible to get the robot handler of ZJUNlict here, so we can also ask him about his gloves?
I would really like to get the robot handler from ZJUNlict here, as I will try and make contact with him in a bit. Of course, the team still have to take out the robots, and as I do believe that Kix is standing there on the far side of the field preparing their robots for a possible practice match against Tigers. And for the audience watching at home, if you want to watch this this practice match, I will be sure to open a new live stream where we will also likely be able to provide commentary for you, as it's now 11:15 in Bordeaux. It's nice and sunny outside. It's quite warm here, actually. I hope that everyone at home is also doing well. At least in the Netherlands, we know that it will be code orange here. As we hope that you're all safe and cozy behind your laptop screen watching the stream wherever you are. And if you have any questions for us, we'd love to answer them for you. As I will ask the robot handler from ZJUNlict whether he is open for a post-game interview. Great. As the robot handler from ZJUNlict is now taking place behind the commentary booth, I will remove Amy's name because that's no longer the right name. Also remove mine as well. Welcome.
Hey,
Hey, nice to meet you. What's your name?
so I'm Jesse.
Jesse.
Yep.
Hello, Jesse. Thank you very much for taking place
Nice,
here
welcome.
for the post-game interview.
Thank you for interviewing me.
Yes. Well, of course, we saw an impressive game here, 0-6 victory.
Yeah.
What are your initial thoughts about this game?
Actually, we thought that just you know the truth is that Immortals is like a really strong team. You got all those quick actions. They shoot really well. So we actually prepared a lot of defense for them. Like we actually changed the defenders from 2 to 4.
Yep.
Yeah. So yeah, we have modified quite a few things like from last night.
All right. And we have a few questions for you. One is that when you're handling the robots, we noticed that you're wearing gloves. Is it for any particular reasons?
Yeah, it's for safety. Just,
For safety?
Yeah, because like once I was like using a Caesar to cut the so actually like the damper was made of sponge
Okay.
and also tapes you're gonna put under the thing to throw
Right.
a damper.
Yeah.
So like one time I was like using a Caesar to cut it. I cut it myself like right over here.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so like it's not even the blood, it's even the fat. Like the
Yeah.
fat was went out.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So like after that I was like wearing gloves every time.
Yeah. Okay. That makes total sense. So you have won now the lower bracket finals, as that means that you'll now be going to the upper finals that will be played later this game. It will be against Tigers. You
Yeah.
have, of course, already played a match against Tigers before.
We have like played Tigers 3 times now.
3 times
We
now.
lose 3 times.
You've lost 3 times. How will you prepare for this final?
So
final?
yeah, it might be a good short story if like we lose them 3 times and
And
won
then
the
you
final.
won. Yeah.
But, I mean that's like a fairy tale.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we do admit that like Tigers like high ball us right now. So yeah, like we have go through a lot of things, academic things. Yeah,
Great.
so yeah, we have designed some specific strategy for them last night also.
Okay.
So we'll see.
I'm very curious to see how that game will unfold. Of course, you have been, well, you're here again. You're showing an incredible performance, and I'm really curious. I think you'll put up a very tough match against Tigers. Just looking at the audience, whether there's any more questions, I don't think so either. Is there something you still want to say to the viewers at home, perhaps? To
Yeah, like there are a lot of people back home that support us. Our teammates, we really made this like really hard. Got visa issues. Like yeah, guys, thank you so much, and thank you for watching us, supporting us.
Yes. All right. Thank you very much,
Right, thank
Jesse,
you.
for this interview, and we'll be sure to cover the rest as well,
Right,
and
thank you.
ask you if you have any
All
more
right, thank you for the interview.
questions. No worries. Thank you very much.
Bye, guys.
Right. So that was Jesse, the robot handler, among other things from ZJUNlict, as he was talking about their chances and also their preparation for the final game against Tigers taking place later today. Of course, we'll be here to cover that for you, as it's the grand final, and we're also hoping to add some audio for the viewers here that are live. However, I do think that there will also be some French commentary that is provided, given that, of course, the mother tongue here in France is French, and I don't possess the ability to speak that language. As we look at the field, we see that ZJUNlict is doing some final testing, as we now have an answer to why Jesse is actually wearing gloves all the time. It is for safety reasons, as he has once cut himself by handling those robots, and I must say he does handling the robots very well, and it looks very professional. I think we all should wear the gloves from now on. That just looks cool. As I'm filling in some time here with also knowing that the fact, for example, we have learned a lot during these streams, during the broadcasts of these games, as we also know, for example, that Kicks SMB stands for the company that is actually sponsoring Kicks, which is a subsidiary or a manufacturing part of the Toyota companies or Toyota company, and that's why SMB is underneath the Kicks logo on the skirts of their robots. As I'm looking at the audience to see if there are any more questions for now. Otherwise, we'll be sure to open another live stream to cover the practices that will be happening on the Division A field, which will also include the practice match against Kicks versus Tigers, so that the viewers at home will be able to watch this. So definitely yes. And for now, this was Thijs Bink from Roboteam Twente, together with my lovely co-host Amy Gasbo. I don't know where she has gone. Oh, she has gone to our table, as we'll be back with you for the next game with more in-depth interview, with more knowledge, with more discussions about rules that I really should know more about. As we thank you for watching, and hope to see you in the next stream.